Hey Stampers, I'm Meg from LovenStamps, and this is Maker Mornings with Meg. And can you tell I redid my camera? You guys are like way up there in the middle of the sky right now. But anyway, I am excited to talk about our project today as usual because if you are a follower of the new Stampin' Up catalogs, then you know that there's some fabulous new things out. And one of the focuses for the new catalog, the July through December, is the things for Christmas. So I know it's very early to be thinking about Christmas, but it is Christmas in July time, which is really fun. So the stamp set that I'm going to show today is Trees for Sale, which is a lot of fun with the trees and so forth. But during July and August, it is extra awesome. And so that's why I didn't want to wait until the fall to show it to you, because the thing that makes it extra awesome is this set of matching, and all the pieces. I should look and see how many pieces there are. All these pieces here of the dies that you can use to cut out all the little elements, minus that one, here from the set, plus like the extra little campers and trees and all the things. So hands down, this is definitely one you want to get early. And reminder, these things are while supplies last, so don't wait. The highest likelihood of things to kind of run out are the dies and the papers. So here is where they are like that. But I'm gonna show you a really, really sweet project today, and I'm gonna show you 3 more projects this month because Trees for Sale is my feature for LovenStamps Projects tutorials, which you get as a PDF from my thank you for ordering each month, and then also the card kits to go. So today's card is one of the ones that you'll have a chance to be making if you order at least $50, which I mean, why wouldn't you, to get a celebration treat this month? You'll get the card kit for this in the mail so that you can make this yourself. Are you guys ready to get going? All right, I'm going to flip down our camera here, and I feel like you're really high up in the air. So we'll get this settled. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend.
This is Maker Mornings.
Hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. Our weekend was great, and we had really beautiful weather, but I just like looked outside and all of a sudden it's gotten really dark. So I feel like this is going to be kind of a stormy morning. We'll see what happens here. All right, so we have our card pieces here kind of ready to go. And one of the elements that I love is this stitched piece here. This is die cut with the stitch rectangles dies, which are my really one of my like top 2 go-to dies for cards and elements and layers and things like that. So you're gonna see a lot more of this month also. But if you don't have stitch rectangles, it's one for the books, one to get. Now the color for our card base, I said that these are traditional red and green colors for Christmas, but they're not really the traditional shades for Christmas. So they're very much updated and on trend. So this is Sweet Sorbet, which is one of the in colors. And then we also are going to be using Parakeet Party here, which is a fun, updated kind of green color. So also an in color. So let's first of all go ahead and set our background. So one of the, let's see, I think maybe easier to see it here. One of the new folders in the mini July through December mini catalog is the Whimsical Woodland 3D embossing folder. So there's that. And it is darling and a really great background for all kinds of things. But rather than having it be the whole back of our card, we are going to use a panel. And I love embossing on vellum because it really pops the texture out on the vellum. It's really easy to see. And so sometimes the folder can be a great subtle background, or it can be a much more present, stronger element if you go ahead and use it with vellum. So we're going to do this. And I didn't say good morning. Hi, Sue and Carol and Melissa and Tanya and Kathy and everyone else whose names I am not seeing on there. So we're going to pull in our die cut machine here. Now, when you are using these 3D embossing folders, remember your sandwich is going to be a little different. So you're going to take these plates, the ones that are the cutting plates and that extra like thin pad they're going to get set aside. You do need the plate number 1. Then you're going to put your folder and your cardstock in here first, and then you're gonna add a specialty plate. Now, my specialty plate, you're gonna use your imagination. It's gray and opaque, right? This is an old one from a past catalog, but the new specialty plate is the same size and shape. It's just gray and opaque. So you're just gonna lay that across there and then easily crank through your folder. It should be nice and easy. If you are having to force your folder through, check and make sure that you don't have one of these plates kind of in your mix. These are not ones that you're gonna use with that embossing folder, okay? All right, so get this baby back out of the way and open up my folder, and there you can very easily see the fantastic impression here on our vellum, okay? Now, one of the tricks with this vellum is that it is going to be, you have to attach it so that the adhesive doesn't show. So we're gonna talk about that here in a second. Good morning, Kelly. And so basically we need to layer things on the front of our vellum, because if we put a Stampin' Dimensional on the back of this, it would show right through. Here, I'll just stick one here and show you. Like that, right? Not super happy. So when you're working with vellum, you always want to plan your projects. Watch, I won't be able to get it off now. There we go. You won't be able to plan or you need to plan your projects for layering. Now I can go ahead and put this down right here on the card, but you probably noticed that I have an extra layer here, and that just really helps to give this vellum layer just a little framing, a little more presence, so that it kind of looks like it's supposed to be here. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put this on, but before we do that, let's get our elements on here. We have our greeting here, which can go across here. I'm gonna use my Sweet Sorbet ink pad, and from the Fantabulous Trees for Sale Great Greetings in here, I have just the plain Christmas greetings. There's also You Light Up the Season, which is darling. And I'm gonna go ahead and stamp this here on my rectangle. All right. And then we want to go ahead and add our embellishments over here. And for that, we're gonna use trees. And you could, of course, stamp the trees on like parakeet party cardstock and then die cut them. But for the four projects that I'm going to use this or show you this month, we are going to feature the glimmer paper, the in color glimmer paper. So our Christmas cards are going to be in colored, and we're going to feature, there's clearly a camper that is very fun that's going to be coming later this month. We're going to be featuring this glimmer paper. So this came out with the in colors in the annual catalog. And this is a great time to get things from the annual catalog that you have had on your list, because hey, Sale-A-Bration, right? Free stamps for each $50 in your order. So you can stamp on this with classic ink, no problem. You just need to be a little bit patient to wait for it to dry. It takes maybe a little longer than you're used to, and you don't want to smear it while it's drying. So you can stamp, I can stamp any place along here. If I stamp down here on the darkest part of the ombre glimmer, I might want to use a darker green, or just know that it's going to be a real subtle effect. But especially up here at the top, man, this Christmas tree is really great. So that might have been a little too close to the top, but we'll get this one there. All right, and then, like I said, you can totally extend this stamp set by using the dies from the Sale-A-Bration set. So there's that tree, and there is that tree. We're gonna die cut those. And then we have a little piece of soft suede cardstock here, because there is a little tiny tree stand stamp here, and I can stamp a few of those. And check this, I adore a die set where there are multiples of things you'd use lots of times. And there are 3 of the little dies here that cut out the little tree stands. So hooray. There are a lot of fun things on this set. Let me just briefly talk about it in case you're like, oh my gosh, but then